Welcome all. Today we are going to see software engineering unit number 3 question that is on design. So without wasting time, let's start to the question. Today we are going to see what do you mean by data center architecture and layer architecture. This question in the exam can be asked for 10 marks. 5 marks for data center. It is also called as the client and the server, and second one can be called as the layered architecture. So let's see what to write the answer. Now see, first we have to know what do you mean by architectural style. Now see, suppose if you want to build a house, okay? Now see, someone wants square shape, some wants in the triangle shape. What we can say? It is not actually a shape, but we can say one style, right? A pattern, a style. Same way, what happens now? See this example, why it is given. Now this example, this all are in this shape, right? Whether all the house is in the square shape? No. So this is one style. So architecture style means what? It is one pattern through which we are going to do the designing. So this one example is given, and in this architectural styles we are having various types, and the first one is, this is one example, this is in the square shape and the previous was this style. So this is one style and this is second style. Okay, now see, when you want your house to be constructed, does the architecture or the one who wants the house, does the house start building like this? No. So what happens? That requirements should be put on one blueprint, right? So this is the original house you want, the way it should be. To build this house, to construct this house, whatever requirements are there, they are put on the paper first. Now see, what does this architecture consist of? It consists of components, it have data connectors, constraints and semantic models. Now what is this all 4 points? You want to build a house. So building a house, you require the material. There may be doors, there may be cement, there may be bricks, there may be windows, there may be tiles. So if you want to build anything, what is the first thing you require? Components. Example of house you can consider. Set of connectors for communication. Whatever connectors are there for communication, you require something devices. Constraint means what? Rules. Now the example here we are taken of the house. So to build a house, what you require? Components. Example, bricks, sand, windows, doors. So set of connectors for communication means what? To make a communication between the doors, between the house, you require something. Okay, constraint means what? Rules, restriction. A house should contain only 4 rooms. This is the constraint. Constraint means what? Rules. And fourth is the semantic models. Model means what again? The styles. So what does the architecture style contains? Components, connectors, constraints and models. So this is the first one, called as the data center architecture. The name itself indicates that the data is mainly in the center, or a simple way to understand, you call it as the client and the server. The center one is the server and these all are the clients. So what is this server? The server is having all the authorities to the client. The server handles the all clients and the server can control all the clients. And what is this client? The client is one which is just using the server. Whatever server is there, it all applications the client is having. So if in the paper you get the question, what do you mean by client server or what is data center? First you can write server is there, clients are there. What is the purpose of server? To serve the client. What are the authorities the server is having? The server can keep a control on the client. And what are the client? The client is the one which is using or having access to the server. Write down server, write down client, draw this diagram, and you can write one advantages or two advantages of this. What advantages you can write? Many clients can be added, and if one client is disturbed, the second client is not disturbed. But disadvantage, what you can write? If the server only fails, all the client fails. So this is the data centered architecture. Hope you understood. Server, client, and draw the diagram. The data center, you can follow this information to write down. Okay, you can see this in the video. Next is the layered. Layer means, now see, this is having the layer 1, 2, 3, 4. First sentence, what you can say? This tile is having layers. First is the core layer, the basic layer, utility layer, application layer, and user interface layer. Now see, each layer is divided into small components, and what is the use of this layer that we are going to see. A number of different layers are defined. What? With performing well-defined set of operation. Means what? The core layer will be having its function, the utility layer will be having its function, application layer will be having its function. Now see, at the outer layer, components will receive user interface operations, and the inner layer, components will perform operating system interfacing. The inner layer is used for communication and the outer layer is used for operations. Okay, now again this you can write that what is the meaning of user interface. There you can write two types, command line and graphical user interface. So when you get the question, you can add this information to your answer. Thank you. If you like this video, please share to your friends and discuss this answer with your friends as the exams are nearby. Thank you and all the best for your software engineering paper.